Patrick and I are delighted to be able to welcome the keynote speaker for ICCM 2010. This year, Kurt Jean-Charles will be speaking to us about his pioneering work in Haiti. He started a tech company called Solutions in Port-au-Prince in 2001, and he was really instrumental after the earthquake in doing a number of things that helped connect the community to the community, the development aid community, with the people most in need of help in Haiti. He set up a text messaging app, short code 177, as well as an emergency call center to take the calls, and a database, and a lot of wonderful things. And his work is really, I think, a great model or example of that's something that the Crisis Mappers Network can learn a great deal from. So please join me in warmly welcoming Kurt Jean-Charles. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to start by saying thanks to everybody that reacted so promptly after the earthquake, and it was an unprecedented reaction from the many people that probably before the earthquake didn't know a lot from Haiti, but decided to work together for the greater good. I'm here to present you what perspective from what we've been doing in Haiti. And for my presentation plan, I wanted to share with you the perspective of the experience of January 12th from someone who lives in Haiti and who was there and who had to deal with this trauma on first hand. I will see also the implementation of the NULA platform, the crisis management platform that we've developed after the earthquake, the impact of this work and the lessons learned, and also how we can move forward using this platform as to create more behavioral impact in the community and in the population that is living in Haiti. On January 12th, I remember I was sitting in my office on my desk when the earthquake happened. It was. Of course, it was the most horrible time I've had, but it wasn't nothing compared to what I realized when I got outside of my office and I realized the impact, the level of the impact that we've just experienced. We had, just to give you an idea, we had four-stair school 100 meters from the office, and when I got out in the street, I could only see the ashes and nothing else for a few seconds. And then people started to come out of the ashes. People rounded and totally covered with dust. And then I realized that the whole city was destroyed. And my first reaction is that I started to run because I wanted to know what happened to my family, what happened to my neighborhood. And it was the most horrible 20 minutes I've spent in my life because I can still see in my memory the bodies, the people that were injured, and the unbelievable damage that happened. So much damage that I couldn't even find the place I used to remember, just to know where to go and which road to take. To get there, I had to get on some roofs even, just with the pressure, because I didn't know what happened to my family, how I would find my 4-year-old daughter. And fortunately for me, I was very relieved when I saw that she was alive. But in 10 minutes, just 10 minutes I had to spend with her, I realized that I had to do something. I had to help some other people. So it was like 5, and then I remember I started going to some place to helping people that I didn't know before, and starting with a little hammer. It was ridiculous, a ridiculous hammer, and I was trying to fight with the mortar and the walls just to be able to free some people. I was lucky enough to get at least one child alive out of this, and one body of a woman. In fact, the woman was the body of the woman was very critical to let the children be alive. And I remember it was 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., when I was still there with this hammer. And I was trying to get out someone. He was probably like 20-year-old. He was trapped under the rumbles, and he was asking for help. First, sometimes he couldn't speak for 15, 30 minutes, and I couldn't do nothing about it. And I remember 10 o'clock, it was an apocalyptic environment, and I had no, I couldn't see what I could do for him. And I had also to think about what was happening with my family because they had no place to sleep. How would we spend the night? So I had to leave, and until now, each time I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this person, this 20-year-old person, and I had to admit that I never had the courage to get back to this place and to know what happened to him. I didn't have this courage. Uh, after that, we've, of course, all of us, we've had some family members that we've lost. Our chief programmer lost his wife, and it was very hard for us. And we decided that we had to do something. In fact, it was a therapy for us to get back together. We had the chance, everybody in the office was alive. And actually, we slept in the office environment for at least 4 weeks. And we gathered the team to think and try to see what we could do. We had no medical expertise. I was terribly ineffective with my little hammer, so I couldn't continue with this. So I had to get back with things that I knew how to deal with. And this is where we started to listen to what was happening around us. I'm telling you this perspective because it was inside the neighborhood, the quartier, as the program Quartier by Quartier was talking about. And people were starting to put themselves together to actually see what they could do. In my neighborhood, for example, they created an association. And the wiser people started to think about what they had to do. And the first thing, I was there trying to understand, trying to do something, but also trying to listen to their reaction. And the first thing, the first initiative that they took is that they realized that it was important for them to assess what was the reality of their quartier, to assess what was the reality of their camp. So it is how it started, just 2 days after the earthquake. This association just came to us, asking us that we just want to know how many families are affected, how many wounded people, how we can map, how we can know that in this house there is a nurse, there is a doctor that can help us if this critical injury is going bad. So they came with that basic sheet of paper to us and just asked us to see how we could print this, because we still had the generator and we could print things. And we've realized that people were doing this because they wanted to assess the situation, take control, see what they could do themselves, see how they could survive on their own means, and see also how they could use this assessment to actually communicate with others. And this is where we started to realize how important communication issues would be in in such an event. So we had this this contact with the with resilient people, and we also started to understand why it was important for them to identify the actors and why it was important for all these actors to communicate more efficiently, and how it was important for the population to get help in an effective way. We also realized that there was important concern in the response system. How efficient was the communication between different actors? We had some sample example to tell us that things were not going pretty good in the communication issues, in the coordination between the different actors. So we wanted also to start working on on something that would not only be useful for the earthquake, but that could be useful for the longer term. We realized that a lot of things that we relied on before the earthquake were not available for the most critical time. The network for telephony, we couldn't talk to one another. We couldn't even identify who should be responsible for helping people in one area or another. And we realized how important proximity was for situation of this scale, how important it was to be able to map the social network and the leadership network in the community. And we wanted also to build something that could be useful to us as citizens, where we could have a platform where we could clearly express what we need, what we think, and use it as a communication platform based on transparency and some common sense values, where both part, the affected and the responders, can communicate effectively. So this was the basis and the first idea that we had, but we didn't have any background in crisis management and in this scale of response coordination. So we started by gathering people after the funerals, the first funerals, and we had a situation where we had a lot of individual stress, mourning and trauma among the team. We felt powerless, and we also felt that we had something to do. We couldn't watch things going on just the way it was. We had low access to resources, problem with energy. There was no electricity in the capital for at least 3 weeks. We were concerned by access to water and food for the team, for our development team. And we had no idea of how things would evolve.